Hello, everyone. So today I want to share briefly on a parenting style. This has become very imperative because I see a lot of parents say, do what works for you, do what works for you. If everybody is doing what works for them, how will the society be? If I do what works for me and you do what works for you and the next person do what works for them, what kind of children are we supposed to be raising, or what kind of children are we going to be raising? So today we are looking at the various parenting style and how it affects your children, right? So number one on my list is the authoritarian parenting style. This type of parent sees his or herself as the alpha and omega in the home. Nobody questions the authority. They are the authority in the home. Everything they say must be adhered to. They are the one that says a thing and it comes to pass, just like it's written in the Bible. No one questions the authority. They are the authoritarian parents. They are the authoritarian parent. And in this pattern of parenting, in this style of parenting, the children raised here are children who are seen and not heard. Children who do not know how to express their emotion. Why? Because their emotions have been suppressed, all have been suppressed over and over again. Because their emotions are not validated. They are overly strict, they use punishment, they are the controlling parents. They do little or no connection. They have little or no connection with their children. And children raised in this home are not allowed to express themselves. They grow up in fear. They don't ask questions because they've been taught to obey their parents and not ask questions. That is the authoritarian parenting style. They believe that children should be seen and not heard. And then it produces this style of parenting produces children with low self-esteem, children with lack of confidence, children who are raised in fear-based obedience, children who will rebel later in life, children who will rebel their parents, children who are secretive, and children who are emotionally distant from their parents. That is what the authoritarian parenting does. That is the kind of children that the authoritarian parenting style raises. Strictness without connection creates compliance, not trust. Strictness with connection creates compliance, not trust. Number two is the permissive parenting. The permissive parenting, aka anything goes parent. The anything goes parent. Now, the characteristics of this type of parent is that they are very soft. So their children can manipulate them easily. They have no boundary, no rules, no boundary, nothing. Anything goes for them. No discipline. They are not disciplined, so they don't even bother to discipline their children. Everything is okay for them. Everything goes for them. The children raised here do not have control. They can't even control themselves because the parents also lack self-control. Now, common signs of permissive parenting is that children talk rudely without correction. The children raised in a permissive parenting state, the children raised with a permissive parenting style talk rudely to other people. Talk rudely to other people. Another another common sign is that parents bribe instead of correcting. The parents are always bribing the children. rather than correcting them. Another characteristic is that parents fear upsetting their children. You don't want your children to be angry. You are afraid of upsetting your children. You're afraid of them getting angry because you know that there will be chaos in the home. Permissive parenting. Permissive parenting. Now, number 3. Now, children who are raised in a permissive parenting home or children who are raised with a permissive parenting style will grow up being entitled. They will be entitled children. Poor self-control. You will see children will experience, the children raised in this environment will experience poor self-control. Another thing is that you will see them emotionally manipulating other people. So when you see a child who is emotionally manipulating other people, other children, other adults, their parents, just know that they were raised in a permissive parenting, in a permissive home, where there are no rules, where there are no boundaries, where there are no regulations, where there's lack of self-control, right? They have difficulty in respecting authority, so they are always getting into trouble, and you, the parents, will continue to bail them out. You will continue to be bailing them out. Why? Because they lack self-control. There's no discipline, there's no self-control, there's no rule, there's no self-regulating skill, there's nothing. So you raise anyhow children. I want to say something. We, as a society, we care about the children you're raising. Because at the end of the day, you're going to integrate them into the society. And all of us, we either enjoy it or we suffer it. So we care. We care about the child you're raising. We care about the child you're raising. Let's continue. Now, the third one is the neglective or the uninvolved parent. The parents who believes that everybody should do what works for them. AKA, everybody should survive. Now, what are the characteristics of the neglective parenting? 1, emotional absence. These kind of parents are emotionally absent. They don't even care. Like, they don't see it. They don't know. They're not seeing it. They are emotionally absent from the life of the children. The second one is that there's little or no guidance for them. So the children are not getting anything from them. The children are not gaining anything from them. The other time I shared a story, when we hosted this class sometime last week, I shared a story about a mom who told me that she hasn't seen her child since the last 2 weeks. And I asked her, did you travel? She said no, they've been in the home. She's always she's always out. Whenever the child is going out in the morning, she is sleeping. And when the child is back from school, she's out of the house. Sometimes she goes for clubbing and then stays outside up to 3-4 days with her friends, same city, same